All right, everybody. This is a very strange thing to do on a Mercury retrograde. I don't know if it's very wise. Let's go live for the first time during a retrograde. Perfect. Great idea, Jenna. I'm actually streaming from my dining room. I often pull cards in the morning for myself. And I was like, you know what? Why don't I just put a mic in here and go for it? I did bring up my iPad, so if anyone has any questions, I can do it. I don't even know. I think I'm live. Anyway, it doesn't really even matter if anyone jumps in. I just thought that I would jump on today and do a card pull for the vibe check of the day. This is even odd using my camera in this way. Okay. Oh, I think I just see it through my phone. Okay, how cool. Hi, painting plant lady, Joe Powell. You're live, I know. It's crazy. I'm in my dining room. I told you all about a sauna I just put in. And yes, it's in my dining room. I have no other place to put it. So it's a one-person sauna. I get in there every day. I highly recommend some sort of daily care ritual. Aloha from Hawaii. I know this is wild. I thought, you know what? I need to start showing myself and communicating with everybody more often. And so I've got a few decks sitting out, and this is awesome. I can't believe I've never done this before. My goodness, I'm like talking to you all live. Anyway, I just thought in light of, I don't even know where I'm supposed to look in the camera, all right? That's how inept I am here. You're gonna have to understand I'm from a different generation, all right? My daughter's on her phone all the time. She's 14. She could tell you all the bells and whistles, but here I am talking to everybody. It's so good to see all these pop-ups. It's really, this is a whole different format for me. You all know I kind of have, I do all my long content, constantly talking, long formats. And now we're going to just talk about the vibe check of the day. I'm going to look up at times. I'm going to answer some questions. I just thought, why not go live? I've got a good bit of juice on my phone. Let's do this. All right. I didn't realize that I could see the comments as they come in from my actual phone. Yeah, so this is my dining room. You can see out here behind me, I don't know if you can see, there's a mound of snow still on my deck. I just have a pathway cleared for my dog. That's a little heater if I get cold. Let's do this. Let's see what is the vibe check for the day, especially in light of these retrograde energies. I want to see what's going on for all of us, everybody tuning in. Let's see what's happening. I hope I'm looking at the right place. I'm just looking at my phone. It's weird looking at yourself, you all. This is why I don't do this, because I get kind of weirded out. Is when I film, just so you know, when I am filming my long content, I barely look up at like me. I can't really see myself. So forgive me if I get distracted. All right. Thank you, Spirit, for presiding over the collective, the live collective tuning in today. It's such a joy and a treat. They're excited. They're excited because I don't do this. It's finally, let's just be organic, Jenna. You're such an organic girl. Let's be organic. Let's see what wants to step forward. Anything that comes through, we're going to talk about it. Let's see what's going on for this Mercury retrograde energy, and also just the year of the fire horse. What wants to come forward for the collective today tuning in? And then we'll get to some questions. This is great fun. I was about to start the March series, and I just thought, you know what? Not feeling it. I'm going to go live. Why not? Why not? All right. Let's see. All right. We've got the Four of Cups sideways. This can indicate that there might be some people trying to look at the bright side. There could have been a misunderstanding. This could also be, whenever I see, I'm going to take my glasses off so I can just concentrate on the tarot and not get distracted. I love all of you tuning in. I will be going back, looking at all these comments. I promise you. It's such a delight to be able to interact with you in this way more directly. So because this came out sideways, I'm getting this indication here that Spirit's saying, no matter what you could be upset about or pondering or reflecting on at this time, there's a new opportunity coming in that's going to make your heart happy. I think the collective has been feeling this inward pull, myself included, this desire to go sit with oneself, be more, do more soul searching. The more soul searching we do around the path, the more guidance that we tap into. And whenever I see the Four Cups, especially sideways, if you have been disappointed in a situation lately, it's important not to dwell too much on the actual words that were said, it's important to understand and honor what you're feeling about it, and not so much about someone else's reaction or response. That your feelings matter, the way it hits you matters. And we're coming out, I think, collectively, anything that could be troubling you at this time. Spirit wants you to lean in. Lean in. All right? We got the Four of Cups. Yeah. King of Swords. This is taking action around our decisions and the things that we're thinking about. The daily vibe really has a lot to do with not dwelling on anything that could be troubling your mind. And this is also your wise mind. When I see swords energy, it's, I'm air. I'm an air sign. I understand swords energy. It's really reviewing and rehashing maybe words, reviewing and rehashing your path, what you want moving forward. There's a little bit of resistance that we're trying to drop right now, all right, with the Four of Cups sideways. And yes, it's important to make wise decisions. This is also when we need to form healthy boundaries with people and being worried about how it's going to land. Being worried about, their response. So there could be this desire, though, to speak the truth at this time, to stand in your own integrity. And if it upsets people or hurts people, there's an opportunity to rise in that energy and to come from your more conscious awareness and to interact with people with transparency. I think for a long time we did a lot of bypassing of what we were thinking and feeling. I'm going to put my glasses on because I feel like I want to be connecting with you all and not going into my normal MO, I'm just reading, So will I do personal readings again? Yes, I will be doing personal readings. That has been coming up a lot lately. My guides have said, you've been taking a break. I'm still on a backlog. So just so you know, I've been doing personal readings. I've got about 8 or 9 left of the Astro Tarot readings that I did with Jess. I'm now moving into doing some different content. This might be part of the new era. I'm going to be doing live one-on-one sessions. So this means I will be interacting with you live on camera. Tell me what you like. Zoom feels a little bit too, office-y. I actually did a Google Meetup for a parent-teacher conference today with my daughter, her teachers, and I've never used Google Meetup, and I really liked it. It felt just more informal, and I liked just the layout, and I did it from my iPad. So let me know if you all are interested in that kind of format with the personal readings. But I am opening up. You're going to have to tell me what you think. Y'all are probably going to be shocked by this. But I've been really getting guided to go more into, how do I say this? Mediumship. And I will say an energy that's been around me for a while now, just saying you're ready to. And it's so perfect, right? Who would you think would be tapping on my shoulder for a first mediumship reading on the channel? I wonder if any of you can guess. Sinead O'Connor. This is someone who came to me in my teenage years, spoke to me deeply with the Lion and the Cobra. I feel a very strong connection to her. She's been around me lately, and she's like, I'm going first. So that is going to be coming out. I am going to be moving towards doing that kind of content. I also want to offer that in live readings, so with you one-on-one. So if you have someone you want to contact, a loved one. I've been a seer for a long time. I think I've been kind of I love the tarot. It's a love language, but my deeper language is connecting with my guides and not necessarily needing the tarot. So you're going to see maybe some newer content coming out around that. But yeah, I'm a big fan of Sinead, her music, and I've never done anything like this before on the channel. So, it's exciting because there's so much that wants to come forward this year from the non-physical realm, and it feels like I'm kind of doing you disservice to not expand, right? We're all going through this powerful expansion right now where it's time to do things differently. It's time to, I'm sorry, I'm not used to pop-ups on my phone either doing this. So, wow, there's 138 people in here. That's so cool. I'm sorry. I feel like a little kid in a candy store right now because I'm not used to this at all. I never have I ever gone live. I've been doing this for 2.5 years on YouTube, And now I might just be addicted to this, y'all. I was even thinking about doing short content where I'm popping on, doing different signs. I just want to do new things, right? I mean, are you feeling the call to like do things differently? Break outside of your comfort zone, do something new. Anyway, thank you, Anne. Hi, Karen. Corson. Mediumship sounds perfect for you. Hello, beautiful Taurus. I like this. This is amazing. I'm going to have to get live every now and again, more often. This is wonderful. So let's go back to the reading. Thank you for being here with me, you all. It's just a delight to be live. So, yes, new ideas, New ideas. These are spirit-led, spirit-guided. We got cups here. Whenever we have a cloud with a cup, this is spirit. It's almost, when you have, in the cartoons, when you're a little kid and it had a little bubble. Think of this little bubble, right? As spirit and a message from spirit that's going to make your heart shine and make you open up in new ways and to be brave. This can be, there's a lot of meanings with the Four of Cups. It's leaning against this tree, going inward, meditating, but it also could be like maybe focusing on things that you don't need to be focusing on, things that you need to put behind you, because there's new opportunities. Spirit wants to focus on the new, right? Things that are going to uplift us, that's going to allow us to come out more in our gifts and our abilities, our talents. We've got the sword here, which are new ideas, communicating in new ways, connecting with people in new ways. I mean, we are in an Aquarian era, all right? Build it and they will come. Aquarius here, saying hello, right as I'm saying the Aquarian age, right? I love it. Let's see what else wants to come out. This is so cool. And yes, it's never too late to try something new, right? Here I am, in my, believe it or not, I am 52. I mean, I must say that. I'm not ashamed to say that I have lived, all right? We're here to live our lives, and we're here to do it to the fullest. And this card is all about going on a new journey, right? It could be anything that inspires you. Like today, this is the Sagittarius energy I carry. I'm all about being spontaneous. And Spirit is saying, when you're spontaneous and you open up yourself to Spirit and you take a leap of faith, you never know what you're going to find, So take these new ideas that are coming in through this Mercury in retrograde. Sit with them if you need to. You don't have to take action until you're really ready. You'll know when it's the right time. I love it. I'm 68, Cindy. Yes, I'm telling you, we are eternal. So basically, I look at my vessel as 52, but my spirit is ageless, right? So the Fool. We are heading into Aries season soon. I see this as a new seeded beginning. We just were at 0 point Aries. And we've got all this convergence of all these astrological energies that are signaling to us. What's your new chapter? What do you want to do? Do you want to travel? Do you want to, increase your social circle? Do you want to meet new people? Do you want to go in a new direction in your career? Do you want to try a new hobby? There is new on the horizon here. And it's coming by way. I think a lot of us are going to get these downloads if we take time out to self-reflect. All right. Try not to ruminate on the past too much. All right. These are cups. They're upright. We've all gone through a lot emotionally in the past few years. But this is a year where we're going to take this spiritual insight here with this cloud and the emotions that it offers us, the new. And we're going to take it forward. We're not going to take a lot of baggage, right? We've got just a little tiny knapsack. And we've got our trusty little loyal friend with the dog here by our side. It's going to tell us, wait, okay, maybe just I'm here with you. This I see as spirit, the loyalty of spirit, so we can come here and really embark on new things. They want me to cut the deck. I'm going to cut the deck, okay? Yes. See, this is what we need to avoid during Mercury in retrograde, right? Holding back. All the thoughts that make you choke, you know what I mean? And just say, no, I shouldn't, I can't, I won't. All right. Sun in Aries, Aquarius moon. I say begin. We're with you. I love that, Arlene. Subisu, Gemini. This is awesome. It's so cool to see everybody tuning in. I love you all. I really do. I mean, I feel your energy when I tune in. Yeah. Spirit is saying, Quit overthinking life. And I tell you, I do it too. I project a lot. I future trip all the time. I don't really loop too much in anxious loops about the past per se. I've been good about that. I used to live in the past. Now I'm more like, I worry a little bit about the future. When you have children, it's common. You want it to be a beautiful world for them. You want to improve, right, for future generations. It matters, right? All of you tuning in, you care about this planet, you care about humanity, you want a more loving experience overall with other people. You want other people to act from their light bodies, their eternal nature, less from their shadow. And, that's what I'm trying to cultivate with my interactions is how conscious is our interaction? Can they really take responsibility and accountability for their words and speak the truth, right? We're in an era where transparency is going to be carrying us forward. And anything that is false, based in false light, that is based on deception, there's no room for that anymore. We've had our era of darkness, and now we're heading more towards the light. I really believe that. I really, really wholeheartedly believe that. And I know many of you do too. All right, let's see what else do we have for the daily energy, the daily vibe coming in. And if you like this, I'll pop on more. I'll be like, knock, knock, Jenna's here. Look at that. See? Heart-led, soul-led, heart coherence. I hope you can see these cards. What I love about the Queen of Cups is she's loving. And the thing about being loving, and this is something that I've evolved into in my older years, is that I used to be a bit of a pushover because I was so empathic. I could sense when someone was uncomfortable. And then I would adjust my energy to make them more comfortable, even if it meant compromising my boundaries. And now I think it's all about loving yourself enough to say, hey, what you said or didn't land right. And recognizing where your nervous system gets dysregulated in any interaction. Because we swallow so much of it. That's what Spirit said, the death of the Eight of Swords mentality, of holding back. Doesn't mean you're snarky or you are harsh with people. You can say what you need to say. You can tell when someone's coming from the heart and when they're not. So this is emotional maturity, all right? But it's loving self enough, right? Emotionally mature individuals, they practice self-love. Yes. So we're in a new era where we're loving ourselves and we're coming from a calm centered place. And, no is a complete sentence. And you don't say it in a mean way. You say it because you love yourself enough. It's about knowing the difference between your energy and someone else's energy. And many of you tuning in, you're empaths. You pick up other people's energies. You sense it. I actually talk about a sign of the times. I was talking to an older gentleman who's the head of my daughter's middle school. And here he is talking about my daughter being intuitive. And she knows how to de-escalate her peers. She's 14. She's very calm and centered, a Scorpio, Aquarius rising. And she's just a very deep soul. And I'm trying to train her in her youth to understand what it's like to pick up on other energies and how it's important to understand what's yours and what's other people's. And she doesn't absorb. This head of school was like, I've noticed your daughter does not absorb the energy. She actually balances the energy. That's what the Queen of Cups does. She's loving enough to understand her role in any given situation, de-escalate this, diffuse any kind of heightened emotions around her in any given situation, but also not absorb it and take it on like it's supposed to be hers too. And I've learned that about my daughter today, and it was amazing. I was really it made my motherly heart swoon. Okay, it did. So I love this energy. I mean, we have balanced energy, heart and mind coherence. We've got a need to turn away from any recent disappointment or anything you could be heavily thinking about, because it's going to land you in these cups that you're trying to put behind you. These are leftover emotions that we hang on to, all right? That we just need to give ourselves time to feel, right? And then we're ready for a new journey. This is a new cycle, you all, and it's big. This is a big new cycle. I want to now move into, being a proud mama is the best feeling. Yeah, I'm proud of my daughter. Let's see. I don't know if you can see it. I can change the angle. I will maybe in a minute. I don't want to mess with. I've got a precarious microphone situation here. Can you all hear me pretty good? Hopefully you can hear me okay. I don't have like a. I've got a boom in my mic, and so I took my mic and I have it on just like a huge. I rigged it, y'all, because I don't have one. Okay, you can hear me. All right. I'm just afraid to start making sudden moves, so I have a mic plugged into my phone. Okay, loud and clear. All right. I'm going to get an affirmation and whatever wants to come forward in the ascension energies for the day. Whoa, that wants to come out first. Top of the deck. Clear voice. Clear voice. Look at that. And you can see the cards too in this, which I like. You can really see it. Look how beautiful that is. She's witnessing something. It's almost taking her breath away. This says, my voice is strong, my words flow effortlessly, and my message is always understood. Yes, using our voices. Remember I said don't hold back from using your voice. Clear voice, clear communication with love. Inner clarity. Wow, isn't that a beautiful thing? Inner clarity. The answers I seek are found within me. I trust my ability to access them at the right time. Yeah, this is self-trust too. Oh, thank you so much. I didn't even know I could get a tip. Wow, that's cool. Thank you. You're F. Nunez. Thank you. I'm going to hit, can I hit a like here or a heart? Yeah, I hearted it. Cool. Okay. So yes, clear communication, opening up your voice. You know, I'm telling you, you all have so much power in your vocal cords. My voice actually changed when I started doing more readings. People who have known me a long time, they're like, wow, my voice deepened. You know, when you really open up the throat chakra, it doesn't mean you have to even sing to do it. It's like when you really start to trust yourself and you practice a lot of self-love and self-care, you come from this more, I call it the inner truth. And that inner truth just comes out of your voice. And also your inner clarity comes out as well. Yes, knowing that all the answers that you need are coming from within you, right? Like that. Clear voice, inner clarity. One more. Last mantra of the day. So focus on your voices, even if that means sometimes what I used to do too before I really read, and if you're not really using your voice a lot in your work, because owning your voice is a very important tool when it comes to communicating with your loved ones. And I used to do a lot of mantra work. So I would, you know, sit in meditation and go, Om. It was kind of funny because my dog like was unsure about that tone. And now she loves it. But at first she was like, because it recalibrates you. So any kind of mantras you want to work with really helps with your voice if you want to start working on that. Or continue to work on it. But Om was what I started with. It's the original sound, right? All right. Discernment, yeah. Discernment's a tough one because there are times in life where we don't always want to see the truth about people or the way they're operating. And here's the thing. I try to see the good in everybody because we're all the walking wounded. It's a matter of degrees. You know, how much is this person operating from their wounds or from their higher self? And it's important to really understand how an interaction makes you feel or repeated interactions with people make you feel. And we're in an era now where it's about true discernment. The all-seeing eye. My inner knowing provides clear discernment of the highest path, guiding me to decisions that support my greatest potential. See, there's beautiful energy coming through today. It's no wonder that I came on. I really like retrograde energies. They get a bad reputation. And I know it's easier said than done. It is. It's hard because it's like how it really is. It's like how unconscious is someone going to be versus how conscious. And there are a lot of people who have not done a lot of shadow work or inner reflection, and they could be more ego driven. And it's important to have compassion and empathy, but not to the degree to which you abandon yourself. Now, again, if you have to interact with someone, that's one thing. You can definitely have healthy boundaries. But I would say overall, the energy in the air today is about knowing what's best for you and trusting what feels best for you and being honest with yourself about it. And it's not always easy to convey what's on your heart, especially when you're disappointed or upset with someone. We're in an era now where I really think that we're still going to get triggered. It's how do we resolve those triggers? How do we repair them? Are we really validating other people's thoughts and feelings about the things that they experience? It doesn't mean it's right. The biggest thing I learned in therapy was because I was, constantly pushing against, as a Libra, what's fair? What's the truth? It really is subjective. So someone's perception of events is their truth, right? You can argue it, of course. But the biggest thing I've learned is, this is what I'm hearing and feeling and sensing from what you're trying to tell me. Is that what you're trying to say? And then all of a sudden it's like you see this wall come down. It doesn't mean you agree. That's the biggest thing. You can say, I don't necessarily agree, but if I sit here and argue with you're wrong, I'm right, there's something lost in that. The minute you say, you know what, your experience is valid, and honor that, even if you disagree, right? That's the biggest tool I've learned going into any connection now, especially the people that I really care about. You have your own perception of events. I have my perception of events. They usually don't ever, they're not ever the same. You can tell that's the whole story. You tell someone tell someone the same story, 5 people the same story, they're going to hear a different story. That's just the way things are. So your role here with anyone that you're dealing with, especially around communication from the heart and being open-minded and trying not to hold on and harbor any kind of upset feeling or hurt, is how clear are you internally? How clear are you internally? And how it's really about, it's true. To thine own self be true. How much do you honor your perspective and at the same time listen to other perspectives? Oh, thank you, Cindy. This I appreciate the tips. I'll heart it too. But that's, I appreciate it. That's all I'll say. It's hard. It's humbling for me to be on this and get money. But my intention is to be here for you all and connect. And that's a reward enough for me, honestly. All right, let's put these aside. I'm going to get some advice from Spirit on how to best navigate the retrograde. And that's what I'm seeing here. It's like, try to take an innocent approach when communication goes awry. And what's beautiful is it's a correction energy. So it's going to bring up in you a lot of feelings, a lot of thoughts. Sit with it. Chances are, I always say, the minute you get triggered, if you respond from that triggered place, it's more of a reactive energy than a responsive energy. Emotional maturity requires us to pull back enough to actually sit with our thoughts and feelings. Go to Spirit about it, right? Go to Source. Man, this really didn't land good. I didn't like what they said. It hurts. And then you look at the hurt and you sit with the wound and you realize that it was something that needed to be cleared up within you. And that is so mature versus they. And then, when you paint someone as we can all be villains here. Depends on who's in the story, right? So anyway, just a few things I've learned in my time here on Earth, right? You had a conversation with your boss yesterday, totally upset, feeling singled out, very hurt. Yes, Tracy, I understand that. Look at that. And my voice started to go. Yeah, because especially with the boss, if you have an authority figure in your life and whoever it is where you feel like they have a little bit of an upper hand, it makes you feel, like you're attacked. And so whenever you feel a misunderstanding or any kind of miscommunication come up, I always say, I used to go to so many people in my circle who I knew would tell me what I needed to hear, right? You're right for doing this. But I learned something really valuable is a lot of times when I get triggered now, I don't go to anybody. I go to Spirit. I literally sit still And it's very uncomfortable because my mind wants to just, fire off, right? But I just sit with it and I'm like, what's coming up for me? What is this really triggering in me? And I try not to make it about the other person, because then I'm giving away my energy. I'm giving away my power to that person, because it reveals a lot of information when we get triggered by people. It shows you where the wound is. So let's see. I'm not sure what you're saying. See, Laurel, big family to do this morning. I hope it will be reposted. Thank you for this topic and the live. You go to yourself. Exactly. Oh, it's so good to see everybody. Oh, wow. Kurban. This is got surgery coming up. Sick for 9 weeks. Would love guidance. Okay. I'm going to pull a card for you. Goodness me. You've been sick for 9 weeks? I can sense that your energy is just like, they just showed me a battery being drained. Something's been draining you. Really draining you. It's not just the illness. What's going on here? Where was that? We'll go back to you. Kurban. Just going to pull a card. What is this? Yeah. There's something that you needed this period of time. This is whenever we're hermiting, it's so we can actually go inward. And there's a lot, actually, I'm getting that you got a really mystical experience coming up by going under. There's something about you actually connecting with your guides, okay? I'm getting your guidance wants to come forward, and this is an important opportunity for you to trust in your guidance, okay? I mean, the Hermit, this is, your inner soul, all right? Your higher self coming forward, shining a light on your path. I feel like you're going to have a really interesting experience. I don't want you to get worried. They're not saying it's anything like a near-death experience. It's just, you're going to have a supernatural experience. Okay. Something really powerful is coming up. All right. We have the Hermit. It's like you're going to be given some sort of key to your path. Yeah. And it has to do with the work you're meant to do. All right. And don't give up on your path. You're going through a rough patch, but you're going to get through it. Okay, hun? Yeah. This is a matter of you protecting your energy. Spirit's got you. All right. This is a powerful place. It's like no matter what's coming at you, it's allowing you to go inward and really connect with your own spirit. I broke my back over 10 years ago, and I was scared to death. And I was laid out. And I tell you, it was one of the most mystical time periods of my life because I was not in my normal routine. So I welcome periods of recovery, because you sometimes we need them because we're recovering from something emotionally, and then our bodies take us sidelined because we need the time. So I hope that helped you. Okay, thank you for that. Let me now go into some advice from Spirit. I'm just going to heart that. All right, and I think, let me just see if this is going to continue to go. It stopped feeding. All right. Thank you, Tracy A. Okay. All right, guys. Yeah, hang in there. Everybody's sending you love. Let's send some love to her. Send her a lot of your healing vibes. You're going to get through this. I'm sorry you've been sick for 9 weeks. I'm getting it. It's been heartbreaking for you. It's been heartbreaking for you. I'm sending you love, honey. It's hit your heart chakra big time, but you're opening up your heart. You're doing a lot of deep healing. All right. Let's get some advice for us all for the next 4 weeks, I believe, that will be in this Mercury in retrograde. Ooh, we've got karmic changes coming in. A time to build up our confidence and move forward and to move past. Because this is retrograde in Pisces, right? And this is about discernment, which we had come out. 7 of Cups in reverse is discernment. 7 of Cups upright is choices. Timeline choice point, right? This could even be emotional overwhelm. Yep. Health insurance choices, yes. Discernment, getting all the facts together, right? With this, what we had earlier, I don't have it out, but the King of Swords, being mindful of your choices. There's a lot of faded, karmic closure moments happening with people. Lessons being learned, all right? These are changes that are coming in every eclipse season and every retrograde season, where we are actually eclipsing things out of our lives that don't belong, so we can actually be co-creators with Spirit to fire up in our Merkabas with the balance of light and shadow, moving forward, empowered and intuitive. All right, we have the Chariot here. So many of us are in a very strong period of empowerment here, and we are in a choice point. Which timeline? The highest timeline is the one where you're going to feel the least amount of resistance inside when you consider moving forward. All right. Sorry about that. That's never happened. I'm sorry about that. Sorry about that. I see your Fern Crom. How do I best use this retrograde? I'm going to do a quick pull for you, but I will say we're all reaching for our highest timeline, and I'm sorry if there was some sort of pause because I guess I got a call and a voicemail even though my phone's on silent. Let me put these two. You've got clarity coming in, Fern. Ace of Swords, all right? This could be a eureka, a new idea. I'm going to heart that. All right. I don't want to take up too much time on specific questions, but this is kind of fun, huh? Wow. Okay. Thank you for being here with me. All right. We've got a strong Libran energy and news coming in, okay? Boy, I got to really turn off notifications while I'm on here. It's distracting me. All right. News coming in. Okay, Fern? Something that is going to require diplomacy, all right? So if you've been needing to communicate with someone or you've been wanting to communicate with someone, Fern, I see some sort of karmic justice and news, okay? We have the Justice and we have the Page of Swords coming in. Ooh, these two are on the bottom. And then the Fated Change. You've got some sort of karmic news on the horizon that's going to bring a situation back into balance so you can move forward. Yeah. All right. And then, yeah, so you can have clarity, which is at the bottom, over which timeline you want to pick. I think you've been disappointed by a recent situation and now, but it's putting you on a path to reinvent or maybe change your vision of the future. There's some sort of ending and completion here over a past situation and you looking forward here. All right. And coming out of a disappointment so you can actually stand strong. There's a real elevated energy here for you, Fern. So I would take it. You're in a new beginning energy. Let me get one more for you. Aligned action. That's what they want you to do. Aligned action. Okay. I release resistance to doing what is best for me, allowing aligned action to flow effortlessly. Perfect. All right. You're going to do the right thing. I have ultimate faith that you got this. All right. So what's going on with this live? I don't know. I mean, it's organic. So I'm just kind of going with it, flowing with it. I was talking about the Mercury and retrograde energies from the beginning. People have been peppering in with monetary, I don't know what you call them, super chat? Is that what you call them? And then I've been kind of doing a quick pull. All right. Thank you. I actually recently washed my hair. I've realized that if I wash it at night and I go to bed, it's crazy. So I'm changing my hair routine. I'm coloring it tomorrow. So that's the only thing I do. I do the little, get the grays. All right. I was in the middle of advice and we had the Chariot and the Wheel and the Seven of Cups. Let's get one last pull. Spirit, what do you want us all to know? Everybody tuning into this reading or maybe people watching it at a later time. What do you want us to know about this time period that we're in? Wow. This is the path of elevation, triumph. All right. I think it's a victory, right? It's a victory to be alive on this planet. And this is a victory in our own feeling of wisdom and empowerment. I think many of you, this wants to come out as well. Yeah. Consider this a sign from the universe, all of you, that the way that you have reclaimed your power and that you are the leader of your life and that you are not from a place. See, when I see the Emperor, this is the divine masculine. We're seeing a lot of the toxic divine masculine on display. This is rising above even we can call, patriarchal oppression, suppression. True divine masculine healthiness is in wisdom. This is calm, cool, collected, wise mind. All right. Wise mind. See, he's got a gray beard indicating that he is wise. He's lived a long time. He rules his own body, mind, and spirit. And he knows he's capable of success. He believes in himself. So this is what Spirit is saying. When you believe in yourself, you can conquer anything, because you also have Spirit's back. So be patient. The time period that we're in, there's a lot of triumph and success by standing in our own power, not being ruled and driven by ego, okay? This is ruled and driven by our wisdom on the path, okay? And coming into balance and being moderate and being temperate with our choices, looking at both sides, moving through the world accordingly, all right? Temperance is it's a Sagittarian perspective of seeing all sides of a situation and making the best choice for everyone involved, okay? That's a true leader. So we're going to be seeing aligned action in our leadership that leads to a really beautiful level of success. So keep your eyes on your own success, your vision for the future, knowing that it will come when it's ready to. This is all about divine timing. We need to be patient, all right, with this process. I want to clarify. I'm very curious because I want to clarify the Emperor. What's underneath this Emperor? What's underneath this Emperor? Five of Cups, yeah. This is disappointment in false leadership, okay? Five of Cups. This retrograde, call me on a collective level, I'm saying this, okay? That any misabuse or misuse of power is going to be revealed. And I'm going to say this right now. We have the Four of Pentacles, which is letting go of control. This is in reverse. Let go of control. You can't control other people. What you control is who you surround yourself by and what you put your energy into. And I will say this. I actually read, and I'm going to say it. True success isn't about domination. It's about cooperation. Especially in the spiritual community. I'm just going to say it. It's really upset me what's been going on with Deepak Chopra. As someone who's just been so prolific, there are a lot of people who are in the spiritual community that have huge platforms that have said nothing. And I'm talking about Deepak because he was in we'll call it the X-Files. Because I just don't know how YouTube is with stuff. I think that we're in a time where it's really about truth and integrity and discernment and proper leadership. I mean, the most beautiful leaders of the world, they don't put themselves up on a pedestal. All right. I'm going to put my glasses back on so I can see your comments. Yeah, your phone is rebooting. Thank you for the warmth. It is very upsetting. I mean, what can I say? I haven't been directly involved with his work on my spiritual path. I mean, I read maybe a book or two of his, but honestly, you can kind of tell, again, discernment, right, around the leaders in our lives and who's in it for the ego glory, right, and who's really, really in it because they're really in their heart and they care about humanity. And it's not about views or how much money they make or, this is the guru complex that can plague anybody. But it has been upsetting that some of the biggest names in the spiritual community really haven't really spoken out. And I will tell you, I will always be someone that will, and that's Sinead. I talked about Sinead earlier. Thank you, Cindy. I'm rolling up my sleeves because I'm getting a little sweaty talking about this. And that's the thing too. This is this very thing I'm talking about with this retrograde energy, where we hold back what we really want to say because it might, it's like, I think Sinead was so good at that. She spoke against the Vatican. I mean, like, she was brave. She was Joan of Arc brave. It's like, when you are so tapped into your inner guidance, that right there is so strong that you don't doubt the message. You don't doubt, what's being asked of you. It's like, I really think that truth, I mean, it's spoken like a true Libra, right? Truth truth really matters, the truth, and being honest. So, and I didn't even realize that I was part of Deepak's mailing list. And I got an email from him, and it was just, he completely bypassed, didn't take accountability, didn't take responsibility. It wasn't brave and courageous. He wasn't real. I saw no sign of true remorse. And that's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. So all I'll say is we need to lead our lives with integrity and wisdom. And we are going to see quite a few disruptions that will continue to ripple out. And I'm just observing them. I will speak up on it when I need to. But again, you with your own spirit, your soul, your higher self, your spirit guides, the archangels, the ascended masters, you just got to tap into them, okay? Because the seers of the world, the healers of the world, it's not always easy to speak up. But would you stand arm in arm with the light? It's like darkness can't touch you. I feel like I'm very blessed because when you do the right thing, you live in accordance with the divine. All right? So, yeah, that's all I'll say about Deepak. It's unfortunate, but the guru complex is alive and well in our world. That's why I always say, don't follow anyone to the point where you actually lose sight of your own discernment and really trust and honor how it feels. I mean, these people groom their followers, right? To have power over them. Whenever you're giving away your power to anyone and say, your voice of authority is stronger than my own. And then it's like little by little, they're edging their way into you giving up parts of yourself to be a part of the group. Yeah. So I think we're going to see a big shift in the spiritual community too, honestly. So how long have I been going? I don't even know how long I've been going. You'll have to tell me. I can't really see how long it's been. Oh, wow. I've been going 47 minutes. I don't want to go too much longer. Do y'all want me to pull any more cards? What do you think? Anything else? Yeah. Or do anyone have a question? I'm open to questions. How about I take another question? Just anything. Yeah, the guru cohort. Yeah, if you have to say you're a guru. One card just came in. Okay, Charlotte, one card. I'll just say one card. Charlotte asked for one more card. They just came in. All right, sweetie. Let me just pull one more card. One more card. Yeah, this is it. This is when we silence ourselves and we hold back from what we need to say. Yes. I would say that, and also this is the blindness that can come from that, where we actually turn a blind eye. No. That's why I think, I'm always going to be able to, I don't know. I don't want to get too political, in general, because I'm not here for that. I'm here to be a mic for spirit. You know what I mean? I'm a channel for spirit, and that's the work I'm here to do. But I would say if there's anything, I was talking to Jess about this the other day. And who was it? Was it Green Eyes? I used to watch her. I don't watch as much tarot, but she used to call this toilet paper torture. I'm sure she still does. I hope she's still alive and well. On YouTube, I mean. And this is when, this is just toilet paper, but we're being tortured by our thoughts, and we're not setting ourselves free. And I didn't notice the other day that she's standing in water here. And it's like she's dipping her toe in the water here, just to kind of read the room, right? Honor what she's feeling and not get too trapped up in all of these thoughts. So this is when we torture ourselves with hesitation or procrastination or overthinking a situation or worrying too much about what other people think. So speak your truth, all right? Charlotte, I would say don't hold back, right, from speaking your truth. All right. And then, yeah. Your own inner knowing. This is why I go inward every day. And I did start out this live saying, I have my special time capsule here, my little time machine. I'll show you too. I'll move this over. I got a little one-person sauna. You can see over there my daughter in the corner. That was her when she was a little girl. But yeah, we've all got our robes and stuff. But it's so tiny when you go in. It's like being in a little tiny box. But I sit in there and I put on different Hertz energy and I sweat. And I'll tell you, I'm having some really cool experiences. So I hope you all enjoyed this live. I'm running out of juice. If anyone has one last final question, I'll answer it, whatever it is. If it has to do with like something general, not personal, anything you've always wanted to ask me, but you couldn't. Thank you for everybody for being a part of this. Oh, what kind of sauna? It's, I'll put the link. It's a one-person sauna. It came in 2 boxes, and it came late, and they actually gave me a free backrest. And you just put it together. It was all fit. Like, I mean, it took literally like 2 people like 15 minutes to put together. So I highly recommend it. It was $700 and change, I think, on sale. So if you watch it, they're a great company. They've been really interactive with me. I mean, if you're looking for, and it's small. I mean, it's in my dining room, for goodness sakes. So, and I will do it again. Healing modalities. Oh my gosh, there's so many. I'm getting a vibe that you are really good at tapping into energy. So I would say look at it's not even Reiki per se. It's a form of Reiki, but people that really are able to go into chakras and like working with I saw you with the pendulum and working with the chakras and opening up chakras and working with crystals. Future vision for your wild horses. Wow, future vision for your wild horses. Oh, wow. I'm seeing therapy. Something around allowing the public viewing or some sort of interaction. I'm seeing children. I'm just seeing like that there's a high degree of energy that emanates from them. And there's something around working with them in a new way. How did you know when it was the right time to go public with your gifts? Oh man. I was already doing readings and Spirit just was like, go online. And my body was wearing out from doing massage for 25 years. I had a practice here, a business for 10 years. And I was doing a lot of readings on my clients already. I would just be massaging them, imagine like going for a massage and just getting like a psychic reading. And then I started to really dive into tarot, and I was going through a dark night of the soul, and I had this like really a past life recall of working with tarot and putting, that esoteric knowledge into the tarot. I've got my hands in the tarot in a past life. And in many lives, I've worked with symbols and signs, and many of you are, you're seers. And I just was told, like, you need to get online. And I'm always, my daughter's like this too, and I'm working with her as well, because she's someone who kind of, that person in the corner of the room who knows the answer and can rehearse it and scared to death of being called on. I've been shy my whole life. You probably don't know that about me, but when I get in a group situation, I just look for one person that I feel safe with, and I'll just be like, let's talk. But getting up in front of a group of people, like I took speech in college, like a speech level college course, and I got my only C in college at Clemson. I just was terrified of being in front of people and talking. I would say do the thing that scares you, because chances are you're actually gifted in it. So whatever you're afraid to do it, because I actually realized that there was something there, like a block. Whatever you're usually afraid of, it's blocked energy. And for me, I was really afraid to speak up. As a child, I absorbed a lot. And now over time, I've been able to like remove the blocks of fear. A lot of us as seers and healers, we get demonized. A lot of people who judge me for being a tarot reader, people who are conservative but we are living in a world where we're evolving. And I think more people are realizing these are tools. Thank you, Galia. Yeah, Gala. Thank you for that super chat. I'm still getting used to this, but I will promise I will come on more. This has been so awesome. Thank you, everyone. Dorothy, hi. The block is gone. So if you're afraid of anything, your next evolution, right? I feel like for me, I just said, you know what? You know what I said to myself? I said, what have I got to lose? Really? I mean, people put out YouTube channels. I never thought mine would really amount to a lot. Really, what's your why? So that's what I looked at. What's my why? My why was I wanted to help people. That's been my whole why in life. I want to help people. Thank you, Rubicon. I want to help people. And I want to make them feel like they have a friend that's here to encourage them to be their best, greatest selves and to honor, their path. And I'm here to help support you. That's what I'm here to do. So why not? Right? I mean, then it became like kind of like, oh, okay, get over yourself, Jenna. Don't worry about your vanity. Don't worry about, the fact that there's a million of readers online. You want to help people. And that's why, that's why I do it. So yes, introverted a party. We all fist pump. I know how that is. Well, I just want you to know too, just a quick announcement. I am going to be doing, the March series. I'm going to Charleston. My daughter is going to Charleston. We're going to Kiowa Island with my family. She's bringing one of her BFFs. We're all going to the beach middle of March for her spring break. So I'm going to be getting all the March readings out for everybody, just so you know, all the signs. I don't know if I'll be doing a mid-monthly, but let me know. I think what I'm going to do, I'll do a live. Ooh, it'd be fun. I'll do a live while I'm in Charleston, and I'll show you where we're at, right? I'll bring the beach to you. Kiowa Island's one of my favorite places in the world. It's very swanky. We don't go when it's in the high season. We usually go like off season because it's this really nice island off the coast of Charleston in South Carolina here on the East Coast. So yeah, it's really fun. I've never brought one of my daughter's friends on a vacation before. It's a childhood friend of hers, and she's hilarious. So who knows? They'll probably, if I go live, you're going to see everybody around me. You meet my family. My parents might chime in. I think it's time for me to just kind of let you in on a deeper level, yeah? And let people in. Let people in. No matter where you are, what you're doing, be you. That's the biggest thing I want people to realize is that you're a unique person in this world. There's no one like you. So be more of yourself, because your tribe, your vibe will reach the right people, all right? And don't be afraid to try something new, all right? Can teach an old dog new tricks. So that's true for me, all right? I'm just seeing a pop-up here on the eclipse. Karmic closure, okay? Close out anything that is not vibrationally aligned with you all, okay? I send you my heart, my love. I can't wait to jump on live again. I promise I'll come in before my vacation, but just know I'm here with you, and to expect the readings for March coming up. I'm going to start them right after this live. Love you. Take care, everybody. Namaste.